Good day and thank you for joining us. Today we woke up to news of a full-blown armed conflict on the Nagorno-Karabakh contact line, and information has been non-stop ever since. For this reason, we're speaking to Samvel Martirosyan, the media expert, because thank you for joining us today, Samvel. And I was reading earlier on your Facebook that you had warned people of the dangers of reading news off websites or sources that are not very trustworthy. Could you remind our viewers what are the criteria they should watch out for?
First of all, I should say that it's an old problem. Azerbaijani propaganda is using fake websites. Usually it's websites which they are calling, let's say, Armenian oppositional websites. But they are administrating from Baku. And another possibility of spreading misinformation is using so-called open platforms where everyone can post news or an article and share it via social networks. So we have experience in the last few years when in the front line we have some also troubles. Always Azerbaijani propaganda machine used such fake websites to spread panic in Armenia or spread misinformation about Armenia.
But in today's case, we see the contrary, because when Armenian media started disseminating this news, the Azerbaijani media was relatively quiet for a long time, and their machine started working quite late. Why do you think that is?
I have doubts, but I think it's very solid doubts why it was so, because usually when Azerbaijani Ministry of Defense planning something, they are planning it with the media also, which are totally controlled in Azerbaijan now, so they have no really oppositional media and they can control everything which is going from front line. And usually they are preparing, let's say, scenarios of working of Azerbaijani media, and this time I think they had some scenario which failed. Scenario on the front line, and offline, and also in media. I think their scenario was to show to the world that Armenian make some attacks against villages or something else, and they
had to
answer some counterattack. And they obliged to go through Karabakh territory to shut Armenian artillery or something else. But they received some very strong answer on the front line, and as I understood, they have very heavy losses on the front line.
Yes, that's the news, though we don't know what Armenian losses are at this point.
We have also losses, but their losses is so high and their scenario so failed, so they really don't know what to write.
And what are they doing now that they woke up and just like rubbed off the
at the moment they're trying to say that everything what is spreading Armenian news is a fake, because at the moment they are trying to understand what to do.
And other than what effect this has in Armenia and in Azerbaijan on an international platform, what effect does the misinformation or predetermined information have on an international level?
So at the moment the situation is let's say Armenian news take whole media field in English and Russian and other languages, because of the silence of Azerbaijani media and the silence of their propaganda, fake sites, etc. Armenian opinion dominating at the moment. So they have Azerbaijani propaganda have even has two problems. First, understand how to deal with this domination, and the second, to prepare some new scenario about their media activities. Because of these problems, they are mostly silent until this moment.
And are there very specific sources, websites that we should watch out for, even websites that look international, yet are subject to Azerbaijani propaganda or point of view?
At the moment, they have one Russian language fake Armenian website, which they called armenianreport.com, which is for sure not Armenian. So it's checked and double checked. What they are using at the moment, mostly two platforms, open platforms like there is a Russian platforms like Video Chat or My Video, where everyone can upload a video and share it. So, and you can fake your name and country.
Are these videos that we already saw, like Al Jazeera or some international news media outlets use? Because there's a lack of footage now coming from Karabakh. Is this something?
It depends. For example, there is a video of a car which is totally destroyed. I think it's not fake. But the videos of rocket firing or helicopters firing, it's mostly from other conflicts, usually from Syria even, so it's not true videos. And another thing which is very hard to show, but it is usage of fake Armenian profiles, which are spreading panic news in Armenian part of the Facebook.
Have you identified some of these profiles?
Yeah. Sometimes it is even because they are in very hurry. You can see that it was a profile which was first time checked in Baku. Then they changed the name as an Armenian, some Armen Martirosyan, and is spreading some panic news about situation in the front line.
All right, thank you very much, and please keep us informed of these kinds of fake sources and information.